Well, now, let me just tell you the sincere thing, okay? Stop looking for the jobs desperately. You know what? Sometimes I get inbox from my phone and people are telling me, hey, you know what, Joseph, give me a job, give me a job, give me a job. And you find like, and then I ask like, what the skills do you possess? Hey, you know what, I'm a graduate, I have these skills and all those kind of things. And I totally understand. There is nothing wrong with looking for a job. And I'm not saying that you looking for a job is actually a mistake. No, but stop looking for a job desperately to a point whereby you find somebody is actually, you disregard the integrity part. See, when you disregard the integrity part, like, you don't even respect yourself. And by the way, I'm just thinking out loud. You tell me, you work hard in school, you get those amazing grades, the grade A's, whatever the thing you call them. You go to university, you get the first degree, the second degree, the third degree, then you start application of a job with the word I beg to write. I mean, sometimes you even wonder what exactly, who bewitched who, and who is actually benefiting out of this system that most of the people are not even benefiting out of. Because let me tell you one secret, there is nothing wrong with getting the education. It's an amazing thing. I'm also a graduate from a university. But the point is this, you see, in Africa, you find that there are limited number of jobs. So you find you graduate, you don't even have a job. You don't even know where to go. You have the papers. And it is true, you qualify, you have brilliant grades. Some of you have first class honors, second class honors, and upper and what have you. So the question is, you are out there all the places, and you find some people even struggling to go to Europe, go to America, and go to places to look for a job. Again, there is nothing wrong. But there's a point you can reach in life and ask yourself, especially maybe if you're above 40s, you're not even supposed to think about looking for a job. Oh, by the way, I made a video all about if you're at 40 and above 40, stop looking for a job, do this. You go check that video. It's an amazing video. You can learn something out there. But for now, let's talk why you shouldn't be looking for a job, but do this instead. And if you're watching me for the first time, go ahead and like the video. By the way, it does not cost you anything. Just hitting that like button. It's like telling me thank you. And also subscribing. Why subscribing? Because you'll be notified whenever I upload a new good video. Just do that. It does not cost you anything. Yes, down below there. Exactly. Thank you. Now, see what happens now. If you look for a job, you find like you're in a situation whereby you even appear desperate. What happens is this, are you a graduate? Yeah, sure, if you are, and then you do have the papers, this is what I want you to do. Sometimes when you realize that the vibrations of the life is telling you, for now, there are no jobs, or the jobs that are available, because in Africa, welcome to Africa, they tell you, who do you know? Do you know nowadays, going to an office and saying I've been sent to who, it's far much superior than having all the grade A's and whatever? Because nowadays, if you go to an office to look for a job, they ask you, oh, who have sent you? The application I've sent me, I mean, the job that you did upload online for the application, that's the one that I've sent you. But the reality is they're asking you, who is connecting you? And if the moment you meet that kind of a question, who sent you, you say, nobody sent me actually, they tell you, oh, or you can put your application out there, we're going to check it out there. And then give you a very funny smile out there thinking that you're going to get the job. Yeah, sometimes you can be lucky you can get the job, but what happens if you don't get a job? So do this. Instead of concentrating on getting a job, ask yourself, what do you have? Who is you? What are your values? What exactly can you work upon? If you do not have money, I told you, you can leverage on three things. You can leverage on your energy. You can leverage on your skills that you have. And the skills here doesn't have to be the skill that you acquired in a university or a college. The other thing that you leverage on is time. Probably you are young. And if you are old still, there is time for anything and everything. So what happens, instead of looking for a job, and I always tell people, try to look for what we call the satellite. I don't know whether that's the correct spelling of the satellite skills. Look for satellite skills, because those are the ones that are actually paying people today. For me, right now, as we speak, as I'm making this video, I've never been employed by anybody. I'm not employed by anybody. I do not get a salary from anybody. I work by myself by the grace of God. And the reason why I'm doing so, if I tell you the first course that I did on university, you guys will be shocked. Didn't you know that, guys? I'm actually you people, if I tell you what I did in university, you'll be shocked. So the point is, it's only that the course that I did, it requires a lot of money for me to actually employ myself. It is true, the first degree that I did in university, I'm a medical research officer by profession. That is the first degree before I even went to the finance area and doing all those things to do with finances. The first degree I did is about medical research officer. That is what I have. But you can just imagine, if you tell me to employ myself, I mean, getting one microtome, or maybe at autoclave, or maybe buying one machine for doing all those things. I mean, seriously, that thing is very millions of money. Even buying that, what we call whatever. So the point is this: see, when you get the satellite skills, is what I want you to do. Stop looking for a job, get the satellite skills. And these satellite skills, I told somebody to get these satellite skills, and they asked me, if I go to YouTube and learn these skills, where will I get the certificate? Because you still have the employment mentality. When I tell you, if you get those satellite skills, you don't have anybody to employ you, honestly, You don't need anybody to employ you. You can employ yourself. Sometimes I do get DMs from people who do video editing asking me, hey, Joseph, would you mind if maybe I do edit your videos? And obviously it means that I have to pay them. Sometimes I tell them, I already have a video editor. Oh, by the way, I do edit my videos. I already have the skills. For example, I can edit my own videos. And that was not a thing that I learned in university. No, I can actually know how to connect all this equipment that I have that I'm recording with, the softbox, whatever, the lighting, the microphone, the what have you. And also I can be able to edit this video. I can be able to do the production thing. It's a thing that we just learned online. You can get things to do with graphic design. I can make my own thumbnails and all those kind of things. I'm not claiming that I'm perfect into it, but I realized my just simple thumbnails for me will actually work, but I can actually learn to do that by myself. You get what I'm saying? See, those satellite skills are the ones that can actually make you some cash. For example, if you're 22, 23, 24, 25, and let's say from 20 all the way to 30, even sometimes if at 30, if you do not have anything, if you can dedicate only 6 months in your life and get yourself a satellite skill, a skill that you can actually monetize, that monetization of that skills can actually feed you without you even believing. For example, there are these courses when we grew up and our parents used to tell us, but we think that they didn't even know what we are saying. You see, these are mechanical courses, like maybe you can do some repairs, you can do some what we call the interior design. I was doing interior design myself. By the way, if you didn't know that, if you go check my older videos, you see me with the apron, with some paints, whatever. I was doing all those interior design, making gypsum and what have you. All those things, I know them. By the way, if you talk about painting, the nice one, we call them the graffiti, not really graffiti as per se, what we call them? Special effects and all those. Have you ever gone to this, nice hotel, the 5-star hotel? You find like some very nice things on the walls and what. I can do all those kind of things, and it's not a thing that I went to university to learn about. It's a thing that I actually learned, the skill that I learned online, plus I combined with the learning from my friends who are doing in that specific thing. It's a skill that I already have it. That's for sure. So the thing is this: stop looking for these jobs. Nobody's there creating jobs to pay you. Nobody's there to actually, see. Let's not be job seekers. Let's be job creators. Let's create something. See, the problem that we have, the system that we have as of now, it is producing, and there is nothing wrong. Sometimes I don't even judge them. Why am I not even judging them? Because they don't change and adjust themselves based with time. They actually produce, for example, a graduate in 1970, still a graduate from today. The same book that you actually read in 1970, still the same booklet, the same. But most of these universities, they don't adjust the information. So you find they become irrelevant. For example, right now, we're in the era of what we call the AI, the artificial intelligence. It's with us. We cannot shake it off. But how can you even benefit from an AI? Right now, even writing articles, right now, even coming up with a lot of things. You can even create videos with AI. You can even create some channels here on YouTube without even seeing your face, and actually making what we call copyright-free information and posting on YouTube and learn something out of it. There are various ways that people are actually doing that specific thing. You have some different AIs. This one makes you the voiceover. This one makes you the videos. This one makes you some background noise. Some kind of even make you what we call the cartoons and what have you. You combine all those kind of things, and then animation, not cartoons, rather animations. Then you combine all that package. You upload it. You monetize that. You're earning. You're doing something out of it. You're actually growing yourself. Okay, you get what I'm saying? See, now, but the problem is people is that you just cling to that what you studied university. You don't want to do anything. You just think like, hey, the only way that I can make out in life is that by only me being employed. For example, for those who come from Kenya, there was an individual who actually, I don't know whether he burnt or what did he do. I don't know, he had like 20 certificates about graduates or whatever the thing it is. The guy was earning like $1,000 a month, and he was saying he's actually being underpaid, having all that information. And then you wonder, you have all that information. You don't even have the skill to monetize your information. You find somebody is a surveyor. You know everything about land. In Kenya, people are buying land, and some are even buying wrong lands. You find your money is getting lost. That's a problem. And the moment you see a problem, that's an opportunity to make some cash. You make yourself an online presence. You come here and talk to people. This is the correct way, the correct procedure to follow when you want to buy land. You do this and this and this and this. The first thing you do this and this and this. The moment people see you emitting value to them, obviously they will contact you asking you, hey, I'm about to part ways with my 5 million. I want to buy a piece of property. You tell them I charge 10,000. Obviously they will be like, instead of me disregarding you and getting my money lost, it's okay, I'll part ways with the 10,000. They pay you. You become a creator of something. The moment you do that, you start making those videos, you start making substantive amount of money, you're going to employ somebody else who is a fresh graduate, who is an intern. Another one does a different thing. Another one does a different thing. For example, right now I've been telling Kenyans, if there is someone who can actually make a serious channel, talk about mental health. People are facing mental mental issues. And for you to talk about mental health, you don't have to be necessarily have the books, because the moment then you limit yourself to the books thing, sometimes you can just look, maybe you have a God-given talent and ability. You can actually, there are people who are very good mothers here. There are people who, have you ever met these old mothers of ours? You find like they know almost everything about how handling the teenagers, handling the kids. Some people are very good at cooking. People are even facing some problems. People are busy, don't have time to go to school to study all those learning skills. You teach people things. Teach them how to make cakes. You teach them, talk about something that you know about it. If you have a talent and ability, work towards that specific thing. Monetize your services. That is exactly how you grow yourself to the next level. But now the issue is this. Most of you get the information and you nod your head, you say, wow, thank you, Joseph, you're talking sense, you're speaking the great things, but at the end of the day, you do nothing. For example, I met somebody who happens to be my client, and I told, I don't want to say the gender, and then we were to meet so that I show the person to where you can buy some of the equipment. And the person was ready. I'm telling you now, we are our first month. I've never received any call. And the guy was actually shaking all the heads all the time. Yeah, that's amazing. That's true. Wow, you're making sense. Yeah, that's it. But they have a lot of content. I thought the guy would call me the next morning. I never received any call. I wasn't even charging the person to go show him or her where you can buy those equipment to do the production. Nothing. And the guy disappeared. Nobody. Let me tell you one thing. Most of you, have you asked yourself why only 2% of people succeed in life, but the rest 98 don't even succeed? Why? Because most of you people, you know what you're supposed to do, but you don't do it. But if you have somebody who knows what you're supposed to do and they do it, you end up doing something great. I told you this channel, actually, I was to start it not as me alone, but this channel was to be owned by two people. But the other person never even showed up. He told me how complicated it is to start a YouTube channel. But here I am right now. See, you get what I'm saying? So most of the people in life, by default, you find them that they do fail a lot. And they are failures. I'm avoiding to use that term, but that's the reality. So the point is this. I agree. Even me, I have those certificates. I have my degrees and I have whatever the thing I do have. But do not confine your fate under those papers and say, by only me getting employment, and that is exactly how I can be able to succeed. No, you need to be out there. Those extra skills that you acquire and access, those are the things that can actually go ahead and do you something. And never be choosy. The moment you don't have variety of options to choose from, don't be choosy. You see, most of the other problem that you find people is that you graduate and then you become choosy. Be like, I can't do this, I'm a graduate, I can't do this, I'm a graduate. The moment you become that kind of an individual, you even become a nuisance, not only to yourself, but also to the community. So be a job creator. Right now, we are in the era of technology. Don't let it leave you behind. You're supposed to do something so that you can grow ourselves to the next level. Just learn something. Once you learn that something, again, don't look for companies to employ you. Be a freelancer. Be an individual whom you can actually front your services. People pay you. You solve the problems. People pay you and you move to the next level. That is it. Don't have this dependency mentality. And it's unfortunate that we didn't get this from the university, because the university, or let me just call it, by the way, I usually have a problem with the university. I don't have a problem with from the kindergarten, the primary and the secondary education or high school education. I don't have a problem with that. That is so basic. You really need to have that. But the one that you get above the high school, I'm telling you, that's what ruins a lot of people. For example, I remember back when we were in high school, we had the dreams, we had the abilities, we had the talents, we had almost but the moment we went to university, we were now refined to be employee mentalities and all those kind of things. And I remember there was a time I asked my lecturer a question, and the lecturer thought that I was rude. I asked the lecturer, fine, you're telling us to go look for a job, but it's unfortunate where you are working right now. You are a lecturer, and still where you are working is where I'm supposed to go. You, for God's sake, you're over 50 years. And where are you expecting me to go? Well, maybe it was a stupid question. Maybe. I don't know. It's you to judge. You tell me on the comment section. But I thought, like, this guy is telling us to go somewhere where he's already in. And why would you even cling to two jobs? Why should just be a lecturer and leave the others for us and something? Well, I understand. Maybe I was stupid by then, because it's being aggressive. I mean, after all, nobody's in the business of making me wealthy. That's the mentality I had. But that should tell you, you really need to work by yourself so that at least you can do something. And this is a challenge that I'm throwing to those who are in university. Don't quit. Keep on doing the thing. But as you do pursue that degree that you have, try to look for other satellite skills and courses that you can be able to do. And when I talk about courses, I don't mean like, again, you go ask your parents about the I don't know, what do you call them? The fees to pay, or the tuition fee. No. You see this YouTube that we are right now, there is another good Joseph somewhere. I don't mean they are called good Joseph. I mean that there is another content creator on YouTube who has dedicated the entire channel on graphic design, things to do with web designing, things to do with there is everything that, by the way, let me tell you one thing. This is like a whole university. You can learn a lot of things. So pick that what works for you, go learn that specific thing, monetize it, and that is exactly how you grow yourself to the next level. For now, it's a goodbye, but don't forget, you can go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and leave me a comment section. For now, it's a goodbye, and see you in the next one.